You kind of touched on it a little bit to start, but we're all fan of origin stories around here.
Mm-hmm.
So take us back to 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Jimbles sits down in front of his computer.
Mm-hmm.
The first time he presses live. What's going on? What brought you to Twitch? What brought Jimbles to Twitch, and then evolved it into the middle-aged stream that we see today?
So I was introduced to Twitch in the fall of 2014. I was playing on my Xbox One, which had only been out for like a year. So I had like the first edition, the Kinect camera, all that. Anyway, I saw a little thing. I was looking at the store. I was thinking about buying a game, and it said, "Watch this live now on Twitch." Like they had like a few streams of it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "What the hell is this?" I clicked on it, and then I realized it was live gameplay, and it was somebody was playing on the Xbox, and so I started to dive into Twitch and watched for kind of a couple months off and on. It didn't really quite hit me, and then I one day just decided to make a Twitch account, and my first Twitch account was Niner Jimmy was the name of because I'm a 49ers fan.
49ers. Ah.
Yeah, anyway. Shut up. Anyway,
shut up.
so I tried streaming from my Xbox at first. It was my Xbox and Kinect.
Wow.
And I was I thought, okay, I can kind of do this because I didn't have a good computer. I didn't have a PC. I had a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
My laptop was not strong enough to do any type of streaming. So I started from the Kinect, and then after a couple weeks, see, it was tied to my like personal social media account, and I realized this was a way for kids to troll me, and I needed to be more anonymous.
Yeah.
And again, I didn't understand Twitch yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I made my first. Then I switched to the MiddleAgedStream. The idea being twofold. One, I read an article that the average like game player, or the median was like 34 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think I was like 33 or 34 at the time.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, I'll do this, and so that's where the origin of the MiddleAgedStream. And then the other reason was I was hopefully that the title alone would not make young people want to click on it. Like I was intentionally
Brilliant.
trying to scare away young people because like no teenager or anybody wants to click on something that says the middle-aged stream. They want to watch fucking Ninja or whoever, man. They don't want to watch my shit. So it was like a double way to kind of help myself.
That's pretty clever, yeah. So a lot of thought went into that. That's very interesting.
That was my thinking process toward middle-aged stream. So, and now, of course, it's evolved to stuff. Like that's part of the reason why I show like the BRB commercials is
I love that.
Like the 80s and 90s stuff. A lot of I have probably a much older than average audience than a typical channel on Twitch. And I'm not just saying, I think in the retro in general, you have an older than average audience.
Yeah, it skews that way. Yeah.
In my channel, it seems especially I draw in some people that are even much older than I am. I have regulars that are in their 50s that come by, and
nice.
And I even have the guy who's in his 60s that comes by.
Wow. Yeah.
And so I'm like, it's kind of cool, I
cool.
kind of having that little section like that. But
yeah, I like that.
I didn't know what I was doing. It was literally, I had to connect, and after a couple months, I finally said, I really like this, and I wanted to build a PC. I'd never built a PC before.
Mm-hmm.
So I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos and got some people in the community to help me find parts.
Awesome.
And then I,
So then you built your own rig, and
yeah.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of started from there.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't have the nerve to do that. I've never built one before. I'm just going to go out and watch a bunch of tutorials and get it done. And, that's really awesome. Yeah.
I was a little scared at first, to be honest, but I had enough people in the community that were like, look, man, it's really simple. They convinced me it's basically like Legos,
right?
But a little more complex.
Actually, Pretty much.
And you could do it, and I did, and I made some mistakes. Like I think I installed some fans backwards and shit like that. But
that'll happen.
I had to get that worked out. But it was a good learning process, and I'm glad I did it because I've learned so many different things on Twitch over the years, like audio and and video stuff and what bit rate settings and all the little nuances of trying to have a really high quality stream for the viewer.
And you do, and your audio quality is, I mean, top notch. I've always been in just awe of how good your stream sounds. So having, and that's the way I'm learning too. I'm learning as I go. I knew nothing about this stuff before I started Twitch, but just to know that you started in that same way is very humbling and very, very awesome. And I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
been fun.
so happy that there's a relatable start story.
Yeah.
I did the same exact thing when I started too, Jimbles. I had the Xbox One Connects thing. I had no PC. I had a crappy laptop that was an Apple, I think. That was like 5 years old, and I just used that to watch, chat, because that's all I had. And did the same thing. Then I started, you know what? I'm gonna make a PC out of this because this is actually pretty cool. My wife even bought me the PlayStation 4 video camera because I had the PlayStation 4. So she's like, that way you can change between the two consoles if you want to. So we did the whole nine.
Nice.
That's very humbling. That's how we both started.
Hey, yeah, man.
Awesome.
I mean, and this is the advice I give people now. Like, stream with what you got.
Yeah.
Because if you're starting out streaming, this is some great advice that I'm not the originator of this advice, but it was the same thing was told to me. And you should stream with what you got to see if you like it, because you may stream for a few streams and realize you're not really into it and you're not having that much fun. And it's obvious, your streams may suck, but if you're not having any fun, and more than likely when you start streaming for the first, at least probably several months, you're probably not going to be very good. Yeah. It's just it's a learning process, and that's okay. It's okay.
I think it's important to suck. I think it's important to go through that process. Absolutely. I mean, and it's important not to be afraid to suck if you want to do this. And like you said, start with what you got. You got an Xbox One, or these days, PlayStation 4 or PS5. Now, it's got a function to stream right from it. Just do it and see if you like it. Test the water.
Well, I mean, and streaming it's a skill you develop over time. It's not like you would go to a music store and buy like a $5,000 guitar, come home and never play guitar before and think you're going to sound like Hendrix. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to happen.
Precisely.
Absolutely.
Why would you spend $5,000 on streaming equipment for something you've never done before when you could spend far less than that and get going and see if you like it?